El pueblo unido jamás será vencido. El pueblo unido jamás será vencido. El pueblo unido jamás será vencido. El pueblo united will never be defeated. The people 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 united will never be defeated. El pueblo unido.
To everyone who stuck around. Gracias por esperarnos, ¿no? Thank you for sticking around so that the hearing could be done and we could hear from our amazing, fierce advocates inside the courtroom what happened and what comes next, ¿no? Gracias por esperarnos y ahora lo que vamos a hacer es brindar un poco de información de lo que pasó durante la audiencia, ¿ok? So, vamos a escuchar un poco. Quiero presentarles Shayna Kader, quien es nuestra, no sé cómo se dice en español, Deputy Legal Director, subdirectora de nuestro departamento legal, ¿ok? Aquí tenemos Shayna. Y Shayna también va a presentar algunas más abogadas que estaban adentro de la corte. And Shayna is going to introduce a couple of additional attorneys who are also inside the courtroom arguing fiercely and strongly on behalf of our community. So with that, Shayna, please, adelante.
Familia, muy buenas tardes. Yo voy a presentar un poco sobre lo que pasó hoy dentro de la corte. Dentro de la corte tuvimos nuestro equipo legal brillante luchando para nuestro caso, protegiendo nuestras comunidades aquí en Washington, D.C. y a los alrededores. La juez escuchó los argumentos detenidamente, detalladamente, escuchando las historias de nuestra comunidad. Era muy claro que la juez había leído las historias que nuestra comunidad presentó en este caso. Ella comentó sobre los hechos tan horribles que están sucediendo en nuestras calles. Y yo dentro de la corte, yo sentí la fuerza de ustedes aquí afuera y de nuestra comunidad. La juez no tomó una decisión el día de hoy. Vamos a someter más información en escrito para que ella lo analice bien. Y con eso yo voy a pasar al equipo legal primero a Aditi Shah, del ACLU y después a Madeline Gates del Washington Lawyers Committee que presentaron y argumentaron nuestro caso hoy muy fuertemente. Gracias a ellos.
¡Sí se puede! ¡Yes, we can!
Hi everyone, I'm Aditi Shah, a staff attorney at the ACLU of DC. Thank you so much to everyone who is here today. Your support means so much to our plaintiffs, to our class members, to our community. We were back in court today, in the federal court here in DC, just a few blocks down, because despite the court's very clear order and opinion on December 2nd that told the government to stop enforcing its unlawful policy and practice of making warrantless immigration arrests in DC without the required probable cause under the law, the government has continued to violate that order and continue to enforce that unlawful policy, tearing people away from their families, from their communities, subjecting them to humiliating and degrading and inhumane detention conditions, and sometimes resulting in them being deported and leaving the country, all pursuant to a process and to arrests that are unlawful. And we were back in court today to argue that the government is continuing to violate the court's order, the statute, and to seek relief for our clients, because it is important in any democracy that government officials be held accountable and be required to follow the law in the same way that all of us are required to. I will now turn it over to my colleague, Ms. Gates, who also argued in court today.
Hi everyone, my name is Madeline Gates. I'm Associate Counsel at the Washington Lawyers Committee. Thank you all so much for being here. The energy is incredible and we really appreciate your support. I want to briefly touch on what came out of today's hearing and kind of what the next steps are going to be. The court was very focused on a particular policy memorandum that ICE issued actually at the end of January. And so the court has asked us to draft some additional briefing on that issue. And so we're going to present more argument to the court on that issue to narrow and decide what the remedy is going to be and how these issues can be decided going forward. And I just want to acknowledge that the court pointed out the cruelty of the conditions of detention that people are being held in, the weeks that people are having to wait to get a hearing before an immigration judge to determine if they're going to be released on bond. And these are facts that we pointed to from the very beginning of this case. These arrests are not necessary and they are very harmful to the community, and we are going to continue fighting them in court and on the streets as long as necessary to ensure that our community is safe. Thank you all so much.
Thank you so much, Shayna, Aditi, Maddie, and we have so many other attorneys who have been fighting in the courtroom on this case, and I want to recognize and congratulate some of them because I see them here today. Ryan Downer, I see you. Sam Shea, I see you. I see Scott in the background somewhere. I see you all. And I also want to recognize and congratulate all of you. A todos. A ti, Perla. A Claudia. A Mirna. A todos. Rosibel. Emilia. Thank you for moving this fight forward in your own way. For showing up. For speaking up. For refusing to remain silent. For sharing your stories. Es por tus historias que estamos aquí hoy. Por compartir lo que está pasando a nuestra comunidad. Por eso estamos aquí. For refusing to let the government and ICE get away with their unlawful actions. We are all in this fight together. From the street to the courtroom from Capitol Hill to Fairfax to Baltimore, all around the DMV and all around the nation. We are in this fight together. So let's keep showing up. Let's keep making noise. Let's keep demanding accountability from the government. And let's keep standing up and fighting back for each other and for our neighbors. Let's keep fighting for justice and freedom for every individual and every family all around the DMV. Porque ya sabemos que cuando luchamos,
Ganamos.
cuando luchamos,
Ganamos.
cuando luchamos,
Ganamos.
when we fight,
We win.
when we fight, when we fight, y la lucha sigue, the fight continues. And we will continue fighting together. I am sending love and strength to each and every one of you. Thank you for being here today. Thank you.
Sí se puede.
Sí se puede. Sí se puede. Sí se puede.